Michael Cook, this is the start now. Landscape designer of great repute on the Central Coast for 23 years?
Well, I've lived on the coast for 23 years.
Okay,
yes.
okay. Tell me what a landscape designer does here to build his business on the coast.
Landscape designer then has to, I guess, just spend a lot of time listening to people. So we work a lot with architects and builders, but particularly just listening to people and enjoying the way that people live, I guess, is the way that you learn how to design.
Do you have a set of questions that you try and pursue?
A lot of the time, so yeah, there are questions. You want to know how long somebody's lived in a house, because that will also always give you an idea of their personality, I guess. So you're trying to make a place that suits not only the architecture and the place they're living, but also their personalities.
Indeed. So we've identified you're a Virgo. So
That's right.
So you are a detailed person. Do you take that detail into running your business?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's all about detail.
Mm-hmm. Do you have plans? Do you have a business plan and budgets or?
No, I haven't got a business plan or a budget. Yeah, but I do plans all day long for people. Yeah.
Yeah. So the structure and success is more about that relationship for you guys with your clients.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Biggest challenge? What do you think is the toughest thing about being a landscape designer in this environment?
I guess it's a job that I love, so I don't sort of find it a massive challenge, because it's just something that I really enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm. Anything surprised? There is a question that goes along the lines of, what do you wish you knew when you were starting that you now know? If you look back, is there?
I don't know if there's anything, especially I think that the whole thing is a discovery, so for me, every holiday I've been on, everybody's place that I see, everything's a learning experience. Yeah. You have to have a good time to teach other people how to have a good time.
Indeed. So is there how do you collaborate? Is it just you taking lots of holidays? That sounds like a good business plan to me.
Not necessarily lots of holidays, but just even weekends, just having a good time. I think a lot of people are very busy but don't know how to have a good time. So, or how to relax in their own homes and have a good time, probably more.
So is that your deliverable, letting people have a good time in their own home?
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of people don't do their own gardening, so some people want to garden for themselves, but everybody wants to enjoy the time with their family or with their friends in their space.
Okay. And do you get good briefs, or do people actually sit down and write a brief for you?
Not so much that, it's just that people often don't know how to explain what they want, but if you look around and you see them and you see what books they're reading, what the house is like, their furniture, their cars, their appearance, I guess you can tell straight away what they like, whether they're fussy about detail, whether they're relaxed about detail, whether they're family people or not family people.
Okay. So this creativity style, is it about telling a story?
It's about telling a story, but it's not my story. So I guess I can look and I can see what the home and what the environment require. So whether it's a particular aspect that the house has got, or the street, or the feel of a suburb, I can see what the architecture is asking for, but it's not my story or the architecture story, it's the family that live in that home story. Mm-hmm. So we need to listen to that and interpret that.
Mm. And it can be a blank canvas, like a new opportunity, or an existing block and you're working within constraints, or do you prefer give me the blank canvas?
Both are fantastic. There's nothing nicer than being called back to a job that you've done once before and giving it a second go, for an extension or a renovation of some sort, or just really to look at it and things have matured, so treat it in a different way.
Do you redevelop or remodel stories and evolve them?
Yeah, definitely. You can remodel a story, but it's understanding what the story is to start off with, and then for other people I ask them not to change things until they know the story themselves. So I think if you can explain what that story is to somebody, then they're in more of a position to add to it. So a garden is always evolving; it never stays the same.
Because it's something most families don't think about. They think their backyard or their valley is their valley, and don't want to interfere with it.
Yeah, but I mean, people are always just passing through, you know. So there aren't very many people that live in a house all of their lives and never leave. So we're the way that people work, you know, with investments, I guess, is that they're always selling homes. Okay. So they don't stay in one place for long, and it's often lovely to see a place that's old and has a character of its own and understand what that character is.
And then evolve it further.
Yeah.
It's just you at the moment?
No, I designed, so two of us end up working on the designs.
Right.
And Mark, one of the guys that works with me then, is the computer drafting.
Oh, right, the CAD designer?
Yes.
Or, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So I'm not smart enough to know how to do CAD, so I do lots of scribbles on bits of paper and he interprets them.
I find that's my excuse for not getting in front of a computer as well. It also gives you the freedom of pencil and paper.
Yes, yeah. And I think that everything with design has to start off with pencil and paper. Yeah.
Do you have an escape plan, or are you going to do this forever?
I like doing it forever.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's something that I enjoy, I'm not looking forward to not working in this field. Yeah.
And you've got it in one. You can go on as many holidays, and they're all tax deductibles because
Exactly.
you're looking for new ideas.
Yeah.
So, are there commissions that you prefer? Because you do industrial work as well, don't you?
We do a little bit, but I think definitely our forte would be designing for just domestic, I guess, for families. And I think that you have to live in a family home to know how to design for a family. So I think that's important.
Indeed. And we talked earlier about the design gets reflected from generation to generation. You find yourself working for...
Yeah, so quite often I do a design for somebody that's grown up in one of my gardens that I designed possibly for their parents.
Are they suburban gardens or are they country gardens?
A lot of country gardens, a lot of vineyards, a lot of larger properties. We've got horses, so you know, a lot of people with horses on bigger spaces as well. Not very many people know how to design on larger spaces, but because that's how I live and the way that I garden, I guess that's something that I'm familiar with.
And the Duralongs and the Yarramalongs, there's plenty of opportunity there.
Yes, yeah.
So, with regard to the economic environment right now, has that hit you guys, or?
I guess things always, short answer, no, not especially.
Looking at the next 12 months, do you see the mix of your clients changing? How do you accelerate it if you want to accelerate it, or is it purely word of mouth?
I guess we accelerate a little. We have our garden open next month, so November we always open, or most years we open.
Okay, and how do they find out the details?
They could go to the website, that's my name.com.au, michaelcook.com.au.
And that's with an E?
That's it.
Not on the Michael, but on the Cook. Okay, so yes, .com.au.
Yes.
Okay, that would be cool. Let's talk about when you go through your CV and you say, that was cool. What kind of, without naming names?
Yeah, I guess, you know, certainly travel is always interesting. So there's a great client that I did some work for in Bath in the UK. So, you know, getting an email from somebody asking if I'd like to run a project over there was fantastic.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
Would require you to spend a little time in...
So I spent time with them.
Not an ugly city. It's
no, not an ugly city, a beautiful city and a fabulous old 13th century home. So, yeah, brilliant.
Jamie Sargent's been here in this seat, talking about the creativity and collaboration on the coast. Is that alive and well?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, Coast is a fantastic place for builders, architects, lots of different contractors. Yeah, definitely.
And do you cluster together naturally, or you find someone like Jamie?
I think you find somebody that you work well, that does good work, and like being called back to do a repeat job for somebody. I think if you work with somebody and it works well, then you definitely get together again.
Okay. And is Jamie a collaborator?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So we had Jamie's work in the garden at home on the opening last year, and we've had it once before.
Okay.
He'll have a few pieces at home this year.
Excellent, excellent. And tradespeople on the coast, everyone whinges about Sparkies and Chippies. Do you find the talent here that you need?
Yeah, there's great. I mean, I never have to call to Sydney for good tradespeople. So, you know, I might lose a few to Sydney, but I don't get any Sydney guys up here.
That's cool. Okay. How painless was that?
It was good.
Okay.